Fariha from R for I. My NPM is 2019 125 01001. At this opportunity, I would like to tell you about English vowel and consonants. Now, there are two types of consonants, is voiced and voiceless. Voice is a sound where the vocal cords vibrates, thus producing some sort of pitch. This is the kind of sound most people associate with regular talking or singing. Number 2 is voiceless or unvoiced. It's one where the vocal cords do not vibrate, thus making the sound very whispery and without a pitch. It can tend to make a letter sound harsher when pronounced. There are 6 groups of consonants. First, stop. A consonant sound where the airflow is stopped completely by the mouth and then sharply released. Think of sounds like p, k, and t. All language contains stops. Next is fricative. A consonant sound where the airflow becomes noisy and turbulent because it only has a very small space to travel through in the mouth. Think of sounds like f, s, and sh. Most languages have fricative, but not at all. The third is nasal, a consonant sound where the airflow passes exclusively through the nose instead of the mouth. For example, and Almost all languages have nasals. Fourth, affricate. A consonant sounds that begin like a stop but then releases like affricative, thus making it a sort of combination sound. Think of sounds like ch and j. Affricates are common, especially in English. Fifth, alveolar ridge. A ridge found off the roof of the mouth between the upper teeth and the hard palate, which is used in conjunction with the tip of the tongue to make many sounds. The last one is soft palate. The soft tissue in the back of the roof of your mouth, which is used in conjunction with the back of the tongue to make many sounds. Now, let's see the example. For stop, found words like p, p, p. For words, pen, pen, spin, spin. Voice stop is b, b. Found in words like but, web, but, web. Now, voiceless stop made with the tip of the tongue on the alveolar ridge. T, t. Found in words like to, sting, sting. For voiced stop, made with the tip of the tongue on alveolar ridge. D, d. Found in words like do, dainty, odd. Next is k, voiceless stop made with the back of the tongue on a soft palate. K. For example words like cat, kill, skin, queen, unique, thick, chaos. Next is g, g. Voice stop made with the back of the tongue on a soft palate. G. Found in words like go, get, bag, bigger. Next is voiceless fricative made by putting your upper front teeth on your lower lips. F. See? F. Found in words like fool, enough, leave off, photo, glyph. Next is voiced fricative, made by putting your upper front teeth on your lower lips also. It sounds v, v, v. Found in words like voice, voice, have, of, over, Next is th, more lighter than th. Voiceless fricative by putting your tongue between your teeth. Tongue between your teeth. It sounds like thing, thing, teeth, teeth, teeth. Next, voiced fricative made by putting your tongue between your teeth. The. For example, this, breathe, father, You might have noticed both the and the are represented by th in English. Although sometimes there are rules as to when a letter or letter cluster makes different sounds, there really is no rule for th word. Sometimes it's voiced and sometimes it's unvoiced. And you just have to memorize the difference as you come across each word with a th in it. This letter seems to be based off the Greek letter, delta, which make the same sound in Greek. Now, voiceless fricative made by putting the tongue, nearly the alveolar ridge. S, s, s. Found in a word like see, city, pass, lesson. See, city, pass, lessened. Next is voiced fricative by putting the tongue nearly the alveolar ridge. Found in a word like zoo for z, z, or z, z. Zoo, rose, zoo, rose. Next is voiceless fricative made by putting the tongue a little bit past the alveolar ridge. Sh, 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 sh. Found in a word like she, she, she. Sure, sure, sure. Emotion, emotion, emotion. Next is voice fricative made by putting the tongue a little bit past the alveolar ridge. Je, je. Found in words like pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Beige, beige, beige. Next is voiceless affricate made with the tip of the tongue on the alveolar ridge. It sounds like ch, ch, ch. Found in words like chair, chair, chair. Nature, nature, nature. Teach, teach, teach. This is one of the two affricates in English. The order being j. As stated in the definition above, an affricate is a combination of a stop and a fricative. So, the ch sounds is actually represented by two IPA symbols. The same goes for the J sounds. Next is voice affricate with the tip of the tongue on the alveolar ridge. J. For example, Jean, joy, age, judgment. Next is voiceless fricative made by a forced breath through the glottis. Found in a word like genre, genre. It sounds more pleasure, pleasure. Now we are going to talk about nasal. Nasal sound form while the lips are shut. For example, Found found in words like man, them, hammer, man, them, hammer. Next is N. Nasal sounds from while the tip of the tongue is on the alveolar ridge. N. Found in a word like no, thin, winner, no, thin, winner. Next is Nasal sound from while the back of the tongue is on the soft palate. Found in words like ringer, sing, finger, drink, ringer, sing, finger, drink. The letters ng can be problematic because the sound is sometimes followed by a G sound, but sometimes it isn't. Note the difference between singer and finger. While finger has that extra G sound, but singer doesn't. The difference is random and should be memorized, just like the TH phenomenon, but there are a few tricks that can help. For example, if a word ends in ng, then there is never a following G sounds. For example, sing. It couldn't be sing G or something. There is also no G sound if the words ends in ing. For example, singing. It can turn verbs into participles or gerunds. Next is a momentary stop, like sounds called a flip or tap, caused by the tip of the tongue lightly throwing itself against the alveolar ridge. For example, better, hidden, hated, better, hidden, hater. This is another sound. This is another sound that might confuse you. This is because it's primarily found in American accent and is essentially another way that Americans become lazy with the letter T. You saw previously that the glottal stop is a way to replace T sounds in the middle and ends of the words. Now, let's talk about English vowel. Three major factors in the production of vowels are the openness or height of the mouth, position of the tongue, and the roundness of the lips. First, if a vowel produces while the mouth is almost closed, it would be considered a close. If the vowel is slightly more open, it would be considered a mid vowel. And if the mouth is open very tall, it would be considered an open vowel. Second, if the tongue is positioned near the front of the mouth, any vowel produced would be a front. If the thumb were set slightly more back in the mouth, the vowel would be a central vowel. And if the thumb were set in the far back of the mouth, the vowel would be a back vowel. Third, if a vowel is produced while the lips are tense and rounded, it would be considered rounded. If the vowel is produced while the lips are relaxed, it would be considered unrounded vowels. As we know, vowels common with 5 letters is A, I, E, O, and U. Now let's talk about A, found in words like cat, bath. Letters that usually represent it is A. Next, found in words like off, lost, clothes. Letters that usually represent it is O and A. Notice that this symbol is different from the symbol A, which some people pronounce in the word father. However, the symbol has been omitted from this list. Next is O, found in the words like low, calf, all, tall. Letters that usually represent it is A, ow with A and W, ow with A and U, and all with A and L. Next is A, found in words like about, the, spotted, lemon, basil, analyze, acumen. Letters that usually represent it almost any vowel. Next is I, sounds in a vowel like sit, hidden, amazed, sit, hidden, amazed. Letters that usually represent it is I and Y. Found the words like E, CT, CT, C, meat, beam, people. Letters that usually represent it is EE, EA, Y, and I. Next is A or A, found in a word like bad, instead, friend. Letters that usually represent it is E and EA. Now, let's talk about found in a word like burn, earth, bird, worm, amateur, winner. Letters that usually represent it is ER, EAR, IR, OR, UR, and E-U-R. E-U-R. Now, next is ah. Found in words like run, one, flood, sudden. Letters that usually represent it is U, O, or double O. Next is oo. Oo. Found in a word like put, look, wood. Letters that usually represent it is double O, O-U-L, and U. Next is U. U. Found in words like tube, you, choose. Letters that usually represent it is double O, U, O-U, and E-W. Next is O. Is O. No, to, so, true, and faux. Letters that usually represent it is O, O-E, O-A, and O-W. That's all for my video. Thank you for watching. I hope this video can help us to learn about vowel and consonant together. Have a nice day. Thank you.